Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Parlay Revival. Well, we are now in the Hermit Islands, which is part of a very remote atoll in Papua New Guinea. We had made friends with a local man named Robert, whose boat had 2 cracks in the transom, so we had offered to repair it for him.
Classic boat job scenario here. What looked like a crack is actually a massive rotted out bit of wood underneath it that needs filling and glassing again.
Luckily we had a generator and got to work grinding away all the cracked fiberglass, and I had filled all the holes with thickened epoxy. So while that was drying, we moved on to another boat project, which was a homemade traditional sailing canoe built right on Robert's front yard.
We're going to try to get this bow piece in. Well, depends which way you're going, whether it's the bow or the stern. But this piece here, but we're going to make a whole bunch of little dowels that go in here, and then this goes into it. But while we got the power drill and the grinder, because he normally does all of this by hand, he uses a hand drill and a plane.
We can put a muck on the like this.
Yep.
Maybe give a small space and make another one.
This is your first canoe.
Yeah, this is my first canoe.
You think it's gonna float?
Training.
Yeah.
Training.
Then I push it in the ring.
Okay, I'll try and make one. Out of this,
Yeah.
gotta turn this square peg into a round dowel.
Coming from a marine engineering background, I love learning about how things are built, and this was no exception. The techniques we would learn here are specific to these islands, and I was pretty amazed that they did all of this by hand. The grinder came in handy when it came to getting the final shape, but Robert was making quick work of the preparation of each dowel. He was using a hardwood which I don't remember the name of, and shaping them to almost perfection just using his hand tools.
You're getting it pretty good like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's better than me with the grinder.
Yeah.
How's this?
It's fine. It's very good.
You like the power tool?
Yeah.
Remember, Robert normally has to drill all these holes by hand, so he was absolutely loving the electric drill.
So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. We have 1.
So we all got to work making the dowels, and as they say, many hands make light work. Robert usually works on his canoe alone every day, so we really got a sense of appreciation from him. We eventually got them all made and started marking out the rest of the holes in the hull piece we had prepared. But I felt like it would be a bit of a miracle if they all lined up properly.
Will you go to Ninigo in this canoe?
Yeah.
You will?
Yeah.
That's 50 miles.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Robert drilled away like there was no tomorrow, and before long it was time to try piece the hull together.
Oh man, these are way off.
Are they matching?
Nah.
Luckily, the dowels actually had a little bit of flex in them, so we did manage to get it all lined up.
Yeah, they're all in.
You know what, bro?
We didn't put the foam.
Huh?
The yellow.
Yeah. Pick it up.
You forgot to put the foam strip in. Alright. But we know it's going to work with a little bit of gentle manipulation. Woo! Does look like a crocodile.
So the foam strips are obviously for sealing the joins between the pieces, and we eventually got all the dowels lined up again. To get it to go the last little bit, we used a bar with a rope wrapped around it to draw the piece down into the hull, but we needed a clamp to do the next stage of the build that would lock the dowels in place.
Yeah, that's tight. Okay, we went and got a clamp from a few miles that way. Old Richard. And he's going to do it little bit by bit, so we squeezed this part together. It's still gappy here and there, so I'm curious to see how much it's going to close, but now he's going to sort of lock the pins in place here.
So each hole had to land in the middle of the dowels that we had made, which would hold the planks in place. I was skeptical about whether these little pins would be enough to hold it all in place, but I was pleasantly surprised when they released the clamp.
Holy shit, it works. We're basically making wooden nails, and the nails are going through the wooden dowel. We clamped it up, put the little wooden nails in, released it, and it held. Clamped down on this end, and the whole canoe just bent and closed that gap. It works. All right, so this is called Fixo. This is thickened epoxy that our friends have made. I'll give you 4 nozzles. So when you use one, it mixes the epoxy for you. So it's perfect for this thing here. What broke? We'll epoxy that, and it will fill this. So once you use it, once you use this, it'll go hard, and then you get 3 more. So you have 4 to use the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's good to plan when you want to do a lot. So maybe we can glue that together, fill that, and fill this big gap.
Yes.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Okay. The burning coconut husk to get rid of all the mosquitoes. Those are you have 3 more chances.
Yes.
On top of this one, and you have 2 parts. So you screw this in, and you see the end here. It's going to start to mix. See?
Okay.
So it's mixing it for us. And when it comes out, it's a thick glue. Okay. Get it in exactly the same place. So good.
Good.
It's good, huh?
It's very good glue. So why waste?
Okay, so we can fill a little bit here.
Yeah. That's right.
And the gap there. Oh, it's already starting to cure?
Yeah.
Okay, just in time. Nice. So you have, you used only a quarter. It's good. So you take the nozzle off, because that's going to go hard, and then put the cap on.
So the epoxy filler that I had made for the original boat project had well and truly cured at this point, so I got to work grinding it all down, ready to be glassed over.
Okay, that all went super smoothly. Now it's all nice and faired, ready for some glass. Hopefully we don't run out. Using the Total Boat epoxy with biaxial glass. The thickest area here is going to get about 5 layers of glass, and that'll just strengthen this whole thing up.
So I was working in the shade with a fan blowing, but knew I would be battling this tropical heat. I started on the starboard side and worked as fast as I could, and everything was going really smoothly, but my bucket of epoxy started to kick on me, so I couldn't get the whole thing done in one go. Epoxy isn't really like polyester, where you can use less hardener in this kind of heat. You should always just use the exact amount of hardener for epoxy, or you'll have issues with it curing properly. And if it's this hot, it's always a race against the clock.
Just ran out of time on that last layer. The last layer was going to go across the whole transom, and the bucket here started smoking. So, so we're going to have to wait until this kicks, and then we'll grind it back, and then do another layer. Might even do 2 if we're going to mix up some more resin, and then that'll be good. Okay, the epoxy over here is completely dry. He's dug out that the inside of that piece. Hello.
White man from living.
White man!
So that reduces the weight. The thickened epoxy looks awesome in there. Cool. And then you made those pieces, huh?
Yeah. That's the second last piece.
Second to last piece.
Yeah. We put this one. After we put the outriggers.
Cool. So what are you doing now? Putting this piece on?
Yeah, trying to put this piece.
Did you drill these this morning?
Yeah. No.
They were already there?
Yeah.
You just drill straight through down here?
All the way down to the canoe.
So Robert used the grinder to put a slight taper on the top of the hull plank. Then I helped drill through the top piece on an angle so that it would go straight down into the hulls. By then my epoxy work had cured, so I gave it a quick hit with the grinder and then put on the last couple of layers of glass to finish the transom job off. I was pretty confident that this would be a lot stronger than the original repair, which had failed so quickly.
Got him. So that's got 4 layers and 5 layers down there of a solid wood beam across there as well. That's not going anywhere. So we'll let this cure now, and then we'll just buzz the sharp edges off it so no one gets hurt, and that'll be it. Epoxy, it's epoxy, not polyester, so it's way stronger, waterproof, all of the good stuff. No air bubbles. Winning.
We then headed back to Parlay for lunch, and we got a visit from Silas asking if we had a spare 12-volt battery for his house, which funnily enough, I did.
So we're going to disconnect the one from Parlay. I do have a spare one somewhere. The one that's connected now is still good, so we'll give that to him. They have no lights. They've got no 12-volt power at the house. I told him not to break the battery because he's got no charger. He's got a solar panel, but he doesn't have a regulator, and we don't have a spare regulator like a charge controller. So I told him don't use it until we get a regulator. So we'll see if he listens. But if they hook up the lights for one night, drain that thing flat, below 50% battery, he reckons he's got a regulator on another island somewhere. But anyway,
Okay.
don't lose it.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Give us a couple of lobsters in exchange. Thank you, Silas.
Okay, thank you, Colin.
See you later. Alright, this is cured. Absolutely rock hard. Just gonna grind the sharp edges off. This stuff really hurts. And then we can put the hardware back on. Get this sort of stuff back up. Maybe sea trial it. Make sure she's not bending. It looks super solid. That is a solid beam right there. Super strong, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just grind some of the sharp bits,
Yeah.
and then we can put everything back together if you want,
Yes.
and put the engine on and see if it moves.
Yeah. But the problem is I got no liters inside my tank.
Huh?
I got no liters.
Got no what?
Petrol.
Oh,
That's why I tried to use your tank.
yeah. I put a
Yes.
little bit more fuel in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All done. Put the rub rail back on. A little transom plate. See if this baby can handle a 60 horse, 2-stroke. Oh shit! Colin! What a beast! Ryan, look at this!
Wait.
Watch your back!
Okay. It's perfect.
It's a lot of force on the old transom already. It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Can you move the engine a little bit? I want to see if it's moving. Super strong.
Yeah. Brother.
It's good, huh?
Yeah. It's very good. It's
Good.
best.
The best.
Very best.
So it should run.
So we hooked up our fuel tank and slowly rolled the skiff down into the water. I was quietly confident that the transom was strong enough, but I had no idea about when the last time this outboard had been running.
Hey, what if it doesn't start? You said let's go. Oh boy. Oh boy. You have choke?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby! Woo!
Brother. Super strong.
Super strong.
Yeah, very strong.
Nice, bro.
Very happy.
Looks solid.
People here don't use this mat
No.
because
They-
we got no mat here. This kind of mat. Want someone speak?
Yeah.
So Robert opened her up and we were absolutely flying. We were all grinning from ear to ear, and he even made a detour to fly past the neighbour's house to show off the fact that he had his boat up and running again.
Robert wants a Parlay Revival sticker on his outboard now. This thing is a weapon! How quick was that? Man!
It's Jenny's.
Parlay and Jenny. There you go. Nice one, brother.
This is what it's all about. For us, it was a couple of days' work and a few materials. But for Robert, this saved him a 100-mile trip to the nearest town to get dodgy resin and cheap glass mat, which he can't do anyway without his boat running. His speedboat was solid, but it was unfortunate that we didn't get to see his canoe in the water, as we had a weather window in the morning that we couldn't pass up.
Somewhere like this.
Robert wants to show us how close he is to finishing this thing, because we're leaving tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So he's setting it all up for us. This is his first canoe. He's very proud of it. 6 meters, biggest one in the Hermit Islands.
We'll make a small gap here. And other. Yeah,
Yeah.
small gaps, then we slot this
Okay.
in.
And this is held down just by this one.
Yeah.
That's strong enough for all of this force.
Yeah,
Really?
it's very strong.
And the outrigger is going to be all the way out there. And where does the mast go?
This two.
In between these two. You have a rope to here. Rope, and then a brace.
So if we want to sail that way, when the wind comes like this, we put a mast on this brace.
Uh-huh.
And if we want to go that way, we put a mast on it and a brace.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So you can go both ways.
Yeah.
And the rudder for turning?
You're gonna hold it.
Just an oar in your hand.
Yeah.
You're gonna send us a photo when you're
Yes.
sailing?
Yes.
Ceylon tetel ikulhanu am to piksaya am to chewe na am to ahwai huok mom se ilang ama laway am to. Thank you.
What did you say?
I told them that if you get this,
Poison the chicken.
no. Hold on to two chicken, put a knife on the neck and get rid of the feathers, and you eat raw one.
We're going to Ninigo next, and that's where you grew up.
Yeah.
As a child, you grew up in Mal.
The last 3 years I came here.
I told Robert that it was a shame that they didn't have electricity, otherwise I would give him my drill that he loves so much. But to my surprise, apparently they did have some power through a small inverter and a battery.
I don't know. See.
No problem. You use it more than me. I want to see the canoe finished.
Yeah. I promise.
Okay, you send me a
send a
photo. Nice. Good luck. So rewarding. It's one of my favorite things to do. Is just you get to help them, but you also learn so much about their culture and then how they interact with each other. They've got that Polynesian sense of humor that sort of I grew up with in Auckland as well. So it's just a laugh a minute with those guys. And Robert kept saying how much he loved that drill. And we took a hint because he normally does all of that by hand. So at the end I said, you can have this drill, you're going to use it more than me. And he almost cried. Like it just meant so much to him. And I can get another drill. I'm going to miss those drill bits more. Bet you something happens and we need one of those drill bits. That exact size. We got like 3 incomplete sets of drill bits. Always breaking them. Today was different because we said we're leaving tomorrow. They busted their ass. They knew that generator there was only going to be there for the rest of the day. They were working their asses off. They didn't stop. They were running around. One guy was like using the grinder as much as he could. So they reckon one more day. I think there's a lot more than one more day's worth of work there. But Yeah, no, it's rewarding. It really is. We just donated a little bit of time, and it helped them out a lot.
It's really cool to see how they live. So they're completely cut off from everything out here. There's no supplies that come. You know, usually most of what they have here, they're bartering for, they're trading for. When boats like this one come in, they're always pretty excited because I think I get the impression that the cruisers that have come through here have been pretty generous, and at minimum we'll do some trading with them. But yeah, like Colin said, it was super rewarding to be able to kind of help them out. They were going to build that canoe with us or without us, but I think with Colin's help, it sped up the process by about 3 months. The hilarious part is dudes are dudes in any culture. They were stitching each other up, making off-color jokes. Like, it was exactly the way it would be if you and I were working, or it was pretty cool to see that too.
Did you learn anything about fiberglass?
I learned that even though I stood really far away leaning on my shovel, I still got itchy from the fiberglass. So I need to stand further away while Colin's working.
That was bad. There's no wind, so we were just in a dust cloud of fiberglass. Pretty brutal.
Cheers, guys. Job well done.
Cheers, man. Thanks for your help.
The icing on the cake was being able to invite all our new friends over to watch a rugby league match which Papua New Guinea was playing in. The kids were absolutely glued to the screen, and it was a few days that I think all of us will never ever forget. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing or joining our Patreon group for exclusive content and meetups. And we'll see you at the same time next Sunday as we continue the journey up towards Indonesia.